that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Trojans will get this season underway as toe meets leather. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. They finally rustle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Guys, when you really take a look at Texas, they're coming off a national championship win last year. But you got to think, this group of seniors isn't satisfied with stopping there.
No, they have tremendous leadership, and this coaching staff, too. That was the one priority in the offseason. Fighting complacency, staying hungry to try and chase another title.
And it's hard to do, but you got new pieces and new places and new faces, which is awesome. So it's a lot of guys that haven't won that championship that want to fight for it, that are hungry, and now you mix them with some guys that have also won. It's a good recipe.
And the Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And this defense wanted to get off the field on the opening drive, keep the offense from establishing momentum. They did better than that. They took the ball away.
Yeah, you got to set the tone, right, on defense. Early in this game on the opening drive, you're trying to kind of draw a line in the sand saying, look, this is who we are. This is what we came to do. We're going to be more physical, and we're going to take the football away. And a play like that, it just galvanizes and energizes the rest of the team.
They go to the ground. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers to that.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. A big-name running back, always a great get in the recruiting world. 4-star running back they got last week. Seems as if he'll fit in nicely here.
Oh, he's going to be a great fit. I mean, when you get a great player like that, the whole fan base gets jacked up. You see it all over social media, and it starts to build some momentum in your recruiting class.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Makes the grab on the left. just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22.
Well, after getting that takeaway, this offense is needing some points, and that's a big completion there on third down. Good job reading the coverage. The offense is going to stay on the field. They want to keep this momentum going, and that last completion, that was big.
Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Throws for the tight end. Complete in the middle. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
The Trojans have it in scoring position on first and goal. Working that left side now. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. Early movement on the offense, and they'll push it back 5 yards. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Third and goal, where the strong come through. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. They'll look to throw on third and goal. Got his man on the right. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to adjust the pattern. He wants to throw it. Rushes on him. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field, you get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
Here comes the Texas offense. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game.
You know, David, I love defenses that stay aggressive, especially at this point of the field. They've got pass rushers on this unit with speed and that are aggressive, and they can win one-on-one, and you saw it right there.
And there's 2 thought processes when I'm a defense and I got them backed up is I am stopping the run, not allowing them to have any space, but also understanding this is also a shot part of the field. Like, it's going to be a run, or a lot of times that ball is going to be a deep ball thrown down the sideline because you'll get man-to-man. Nice job by the defense applying pressure, getting the sack, now putting them in a bad situation backed up close to their own end zone.
Make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their motion from the back. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Gets it out fast. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know we only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. There he goes. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. That's why everybody has to do the tip drill, DBs and receivers, and it worked out this time for the offense.
That's exactly what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
Skips away from pressure. Finds a little space. And out of bounds right at the 12-yard line.
1st and 10, the whole menu of it. You can run the football, you can do whatever you want. You can tell they call a pass. He does a really good job in the pocket, just being a great athlete. Scramble outside, go get another first down, 1st and 10 again.
And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Quick handoff. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm as we start the second quarter. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The RPO, fire complete to the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He's got it on the move. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
You know, oftentimes these slot receivers, they're not the biggest guys in the world, but they're really good at finding the open spaces in the middle of the field. And you saw that guy attack the defense in the perfect spot, making life easy for his QB.
And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tennessee endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Rocky Top. And the Vols came away with a win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Wide receiver comes in motion. Handoff from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's take a big view of Texas. They had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the portal. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now addressing those areas of need, David?
Well, I think you feel really good about bringing in quality depth, experienced depth. But now the trick...
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Wants to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Aikman. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
And that's a really nice route by the wide receiver, just understanding I got to win right now. I got to get inside of that guy, and I know I'm going to get contact. You run over the middle of the field on a slant, you're going to get hit. Nice job securing the catch, making the play.
Give to the running back. Breaks into the open. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. He's got a head of steam. Boy, he is hard to bring down.
They've got it down to the 32. First and 10 coming. Motion from the wideout. Might as well give it to him again. Got enough for the first down. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. Pick up the first down on the ground like that, and it would make Sam Bam Cunningham proud.
All right, I'm going to need a little education. Give me some context on Sam Bam Cunningham.
He was a great, powerful, hard-nosed running back for some of those great Trojan teams of John McKay. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, Dave?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. No movement from the field goal unit. The offense is out there to try to keep this drive alive on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Caught near the sticks. It's Orlando. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11.
Well, I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on first and 10. He wants to change this route. From the gun. Give on the inside. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And the defense able to get pressure to the quarterback, and they've got everybody trying to swipe at the football. The impact on the hit sometimes jars the ball loose. Great job with the pass rush, and a better job forcing a turnover.
They'll move the wide receiver. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over. A chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Ramsey.
I'll tell you, when you've got a tight end like this, it makes it a lot easier calling pass plays on first down, even if the defense is in zone coverage. He did a really good job there, working his leverage, finding the soft spot, making it an easy completion.
Second and short, maybe looking for a shot. The throw to the outside is complete. Open space at the 25. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got to be able to score points on this drive.
Leaves it with the back. He's brought down just running hard in the red zone, and he'll be just a few inches short.
Really good surge that time by the offensive line. You saw all those bodies by the defense being pushed backwards. That opened up the crease for the ball carrier. He's able to get a really nice gain there, setting up second and inches.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Defense wants to bring the heat. The give to the tailback. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
This is an offense that prides himself on being physical, so you need 1 yard. Just hand it off to your back and let him go to work.
This offense can get a jolt of momentum headed to the locker room if they can take the lead here. A first down run in the red zone. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this defense has given up some yards, getting all the way down here to first and goal, but great job on first and goal. Getting the tackle for a loss and not guaranteeing a pass, but putting this offense in a more difficult situation and trying to end this drive by only giving up a field goal.
Touchdown, Texas! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing in the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
Texas.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 20. see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. They'll give it to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Looking to fire. Unloads it left. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. The defense calls the timeout, their second of the day, as they try to get their act together. The Trojans will punt it away on fourth down. Hauls it in and looking upfield. A little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Defense not showing press coverage. Looking to the big tight end. Catch in the middle. It's Ramsey. The offense burns his third and final timeout of the half.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Going downfield for the big play. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
I think it's really hard as a quarterback to know when to put touch on the ball, when to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can. And right there, I don't think he needed to throw it that hard. I think he could have softened that up a little bit because he had a chance to hit the guy deep for a big play.
They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get three before the break. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Looking for a crease. It's busted. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Longhorns will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half.
Texas.
He'll bring it out. It's sacked. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff. Trojan, he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some. Intercepted, and that's not how you want to start a half. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Longhorns! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Awesome job by the linebacker there in coverage, reading the quarterback's eyes, spying the QB, knowing where that ball was going to get thrown, and then the ball scores, just to pluck it out of the air and take it back for a touchdown. Awesome work.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Clemson was far from the friendly confines of Death Valley, but still managed to scratch out a win. And there was a lot of chatter this week about this group not being ready. Time to check those receipts, if you know what I mean. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
So that was a lightning-fast decision. You could tell he knew what he wanted to do right away, makes the decision, but maybe his footwork wasn't a little bit good and the pass wasn't where he wanted to put that thing. I know that.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on 3rd down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete. And all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Cover guys do their job, and they get him stopped at the 22-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on defense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
The Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Off play action. Got it in the middle. It's DeMarco. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy, that aren't always trying to throw the home run ball, right? 2nd down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing game.
These corners going to give them some space. To the air on 1st down. Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him in stride at the 10. Touchdown, Texas! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury of your defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score and score pretty dang quickly.
Got a man. It's Aikman. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Offense gets set for second down. Wants to go up top. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. The give to the back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. Second down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. Might be calling a hot route. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo. On fourth down, looking to pass. A strike downfield. The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Wants to fire on second down. Zings it complete to the right. Oh, he's got some space. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Back to pass. Pocket breaking down. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Quick release by the QB. Oh, the sweet juke gets him free. Racing down the left side. Inside the slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns!
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Texas. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Well, they only needed 1 yard, so no mystery there. Turn around, hand it off, and he finds a way to get it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab. It's busted. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And the Trojans have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. To the ground with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here from my running back, make the game easy.
The Trojans want to crank the tempo. Offense changing the play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Makes the grab. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
And the Trojans come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive.
Here we go. Razor, razor.
They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Corners are going to bail. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds his big tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
And the Longhorns can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying play action. It's complete to the left. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the 2nd half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to pass on second down. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. And a confident throw and catch, and they're in the red zone at the 13.
There are a lot of offenses out there that will probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out, and that's exactly what they're doing now.
From the red zone, looking for a space. It's complete to the right. And they'll move the chains with the first down. That might be it for the third quarter. Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. They love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Trying to punch it in. Still knocking down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Looking to fire. He wants it all. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Texas! Texas fighting them through the air and on the ground, reminiscent of Colt McCoy's big day against A&M in 2009.
Yeah, just doing whatever they want. And this is a good spot to be. Listen, Texas gets a highly recruited kid at quarterback every single year. Can this be the guy that takes them to the next level? Today is a good day.
Has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. The Trojans are in the hurry-up.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Going to sling it on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Aikman. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Hauls it in. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set. First down. He's looking to throw. That's caught. It's Harper. Bulldozes his way through. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Going for 6. Trying to find the end zone.
And that's kind of crazy. I didn't think that would happen coming into this football game. I didn't think we'd get in the fourth quarter and just call his name. This offense, man, he is a big play, dynamic weapon. They got to continue to get him the ball more because he can make enormous plays for your offense.
A field goal really doesn't do much for you in this situation, so they'll go for it on 4th and goal. Quarterback making adjustments. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Can't make the connection, and the defense gets a 4th down stop.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the 4th quarter.
Here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. This defense will try to keep everything in front. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. Has kept them backed up. Now one more stop and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Using the quick game. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They barely get the punt out of their own territory. It'll be marked down just outside the 45. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
They'll go to the air. Got the quick pass. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. The Trojans will hustle to the line. To the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Aikman. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Lets it fly. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Time to take a shot. Snags it on the right. And it looked as if he might take that one all the way to the house. Just ran out of a little steam, and the defense finally got it. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping and clawing.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Looking to throw again. Complete downfield. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-goal situation from the 8. Puts it out of the air. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top. Buys a little time with his feet. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
And this defense has put our game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Down big. Might as well. They'll go for it on 4th and goal. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, USC.
With a virtually insurmountable deficit this late in the game, might as well try to put a little window dressing on it. They'll go for it, 4th and goal. He's looking to pass. Moving away from pressure. Unleashes to the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out. The defense still has a couple of timeouts at its disposal, but down a couple of possessions, the offense will take a knee. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on 3rd down. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today, and I know talking to some of their players, David, coming into this game, they felt like they were being disrespected. A lot of people thought their opponent might get them today, so they took this opportunity to make a statement and make an example out of their opponent.
And those are fun moments in the locker room, aren't they, Jesse? Like, everybody's doubting us. Nobody thinks we can win. It's really easy to motivate that type of squad. They played motivated. They played a little ticked off. I'm here for it. I love it. I love the excitement, the adrenaline, the emotion, and they earned a big dub today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation.